guys, Ralph here. True Power Trumpet Fitness, and welcome to Wonderful Wednesday here in frigid Connecticut. You can see the sun's out, and it's actually a gorgeous winter day. Okay, I just got in. Did you see? I got in from a 5K run. Felt great. For those of you that run, I like running in cold weather. As long as you're not slipping around and getting hurt and everything. If the traction is all right, I love running in cold weather. I'm telling you guys, it's difficult to get out because it's so cold. But once you are running for a couple minutes, you're working up a sweat. You have this body warmth. And outside it's so cold, it's just an absolutely glorious feeling. But that's neither here nor there. Now, you saw the thumbnail, okay? And I did leave a very, very important morsel out of the other Frank Kaderabak video. So let me get that in, and that's that. I've not played a note. I just walked in from sub-zero, sub-freezing weather. We'll see how the chops work. Let's do it. Anyway, loud double C's with no warm-up, right down in the middle register. Life's good. Anyway, so here we go. One little thing I left out about Frank. Frank, and I told you, I met him a couple times. Not like we're good friends or anything, but I did meet him a couple times at Jerry's place. And, you know, had a conversation. There was several people in the studio and whatnot. He's a Harry James freak. I can't believe I left that out. Absolutely 100% his idol growing up was Harry James, to the point that through high school and whatnot, he fronted his own band a la Harry James, Cherry Cherry Bin, the whole thing. That was Frank. That was his earliest influence. And if you listen to his playing, with that in mind, those articulations and that center of tone, oh, it's dead on. Dead on, Harry James. Okay? Now, for you young guys that don't know a lot about Harry James, and I don't either. He was before my day too. My guys, during my, growing up, my youth, it was Doc, who was the most visible because of the Tonight Show, and Maynard. Those were the guys that were my guys. I knew of Vacchiano, but without the social media, being up in Maine, I did not have a lot of access to the New York Philharmonic. I had some recordings and stuff, but Doc, man, every night you get little tidbits of him playing if he wasn't doing a solo, and Maynard, of course, was more of a cult figure more than a mainstream guy. But then he came out with Rocky, and he was as commercial as anybody for a while. Okay? So those were the two guys during my reign. On the other hand, the generation before me, it was all Harry James. He was as big as Sinatra, man. I mean, movie stars, the whole thing, top 10 recordings. Now, the problem with Harry James, and I consider it a problem, people of that time period don't consider it a problem because that was the music they grew up with. That music sounds a little hokey to me. It really does. And as much as I just so admire his trumpet playing, to sit down and listen to a whole CD of that music is a little much. Okay? And that's a problem a lot of people have. A lot of people don't, but that's all right. Me, if I'm going to sit down for a period of time, I want to listen to Maurice. I want to listen to an old Doc recording or Live at Jimmy's or something like that. That's what I want to listen to. Cherry Bin and that, not so much. Not so much. But those recordings of Harry James playing with Tommy Dorsey at Carnegie Hall, Sing, Sing, Sing. I mean, what a monster. What a monster. And this is what turned on not only Frank Kaderabak, but Herseth. Herseth has said many times, Maynard and Harry James were the most exciting players, trumpet players of his generation. Guys, the sizzle, the excitement, that is what influenced those two guys. And that is what Harry James, Horst Fischer, Maurice, Charlie Shavers, probably had the best chops ever. And this is what Herseth and Kaderabak grew up on. Now, if you remember, as I just said, Kaderabak had his own band, fronted his own band, and did Harry James tunes. Okay? Herseth, before he went to New England Conservatory, was in the service and was playing lead trumpet with one of the military bands, the jazz bands. They all grew up on that lead trumpet playing mentality, and you can hear it. You can absolutely hear it in their playing, especially Herseth. Especially Herseth. That brilliance and sizzle and everything, because basically for his whole career, he's playing a 7C. Which is on the small side. Frank went to the 1 C, and he embroils a couple guys that could play it. Okay? He didn't have double Cs. He couldn't play lead on it. But, well, the C trumpet. And did you do your homework? Did you go check out those things on Frank Kaderabak? Those solos he did with piano? Again, 85 years old. Did he cack a few notes? Hey, every one of us would be thrilled to sound like that in a solo situation when we're 85 years old. Did he cack a few things that he wouldn't when he was 40? Sure. But did you hear those articulations? Pop, 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 pop. Guys, that's what Liberati sounds like. That is what Liberati sounds like. It's splendid. Absolutely splendid. That is what I wanted to. Should have been on the other video. But here we go. So that's that. Guys, you young guys, I'm telling you, it's not going to be your idea of great music. It's not. But go listen to Harry James. Now, he does have a recording of Horace Staccato on a B-flat trumpet, which even Maurice recorded on the E-flat trumpet. He also has his own rendition of Carnival of Venice, which is excellent. I mean, you talk about notes popping. Pop, pop, pop. He might not have been as fast as Doc Schutzer or something like that, but the pop and the tone was just off the charts. And he also has a concerto for trumpet, which is much the same thing. Guys, check it out. Is the vibrato a little much? Yes. But that center of tone, that was what Doc was trying to emulate his whole life. He made no bones about it. And I don't think Doc quite got it. But I think Doc will be the first one to admit it, he didn't quite get it. But that is the standard, and that is what the impetus and the foundation for Kaderabak's playing. Okay, guys, eat and drink fruits and vegetables, and we will talk again tomorrow.